Welcome to this moment to pause. Glad you decided to join us on this cold winter night. We've had some pretty nice weather actually for the winter down here in Alabama, but it's beginning to turn cold now. It's rained and rained, and we've got enough rain to last for a long time. But anyway, it's fixing to sort of freeze over, they say, over the weekend. Tonight we want to talk about look for a better tomorrow, and I guess I need to pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm sort of looking for a bad tomorrow with all this freezing weather coming. Look for a better tomorrow, although our leaders try to make each day worse than the one before. And I said when I started doing these videos I was not going to get on politics, but sometimes with the things people do, you just pretty much don't have a choice but to mention it once in a while. Tonight, let's go to Isaiah 43:18 and 19 and see what he was writing about on this particular day. Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing, now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Now this has been a tiring, hectic week for me, as I guess you can tell. It was Friday and I still didn't have a good idea I could work with on this week's Moment to Pause. As most of you know, I enjoy going to Horseshoe Bend National Park. I go there to relax, to be close to nature, to see old friends I've made there over the years, and I used to go there with my dog Chico. He and I would make our daily hike down there, no matter the season, how hot and sunny, or if it was cold and wet. I still sense him there now, although he's been dead for over a year. But as you know, for the last month or so, our leaders have shut down the national parks. Just another way they've conjured up. And I purposely use that word, conjured up, for I feel many of, if not most of our leaders, are under control of an evil force or entity. But why else would they continuously do everything under the sun to make our lives miserable? We who support them with our taxes so they can make enormous salaries and live like kings, like royalty, while we do without, many times without necessities of life, and barely live paycheck to paycheck. I hope they keep in mind what I talked about in Moments to Pause 22, reaping what they sow. Karma. It'll catch up with you someday, son, one way or the other. Now, we may never know about it, but something will happen in their lives that will make them think about what they did to all of us. May not even be in this life, but it's coming, house. And I just wonder, will they be able to handle it? You know, just as our lawns, our gardens, and nature is dormant in winter, so too does the human spirit or soul endure seasons when growth is restrained. But just as the wheel of life turns, springtime returns to nature, as does hope return to the human soul in time. Sometimes the demands of daily life can drain us of our strength and energy and rob us of the joys in life that are rightfully ours. But on our darkest day, the Great Spirit stands ready to renew our spirit and restore our strength. He can make all things new, including you. Your job is to let him. Just remember, the Great Spirit is not running an antique shop. He makes all things new. And may the Great Spirit always walk close to you in your circle of life.